This week on the Nerdgasm, we're talking about The Walking Dead. Carl. So, Walking Dead started as a graphic novel series, started in 2003, and it's been going strong ever since. It sparked a show. Now, Robert Kirkman, he created and he writes the comic book series. He's also the executive producer and one of the writers on the TV show. It's a phenomenal comic book series. The show is going to be starting its 7th season.
Carl.
Basic premise of the whole story is this police officer gets shot and he falls into a coma. He wakes up about a month later, boom, zombie apocalypse. Rick Grimes, who is trying to survive and accept this new world of zombies.
Carl!
My favorite thing ever, though, is to talk to people that only read the graphic novel and don't really watch the show or really know what's going on in the show.
Why is the show bad?
What's that, Levi? Is the show bad? Well, let's talk about it. Here, come here. My camera guy, audio guy, pretty much the second half of Nerdgasm. So, everybody, Levi.
Stop.
So for this episode, we are going to have spoilers. We're going to spoil a little bit of the show. We're going to spoil a little bit of the comic books.
Carl! Where's Carl?
The only reason why I actually started to watch it past episode 1 is because I was trying to get in girls' pants.
Did you get into her pants?
Nah, that's a story for another time.
Damn. Do you know about what characters they've used in the show and stuff like that?
Kind of know. I know
Who are some of your favorite characters from the graphic novel?
Andrea.
Carl.
I like Rick.
He's the guy. Carl.
I like Carl.
Carl.
Carl?
Carl. Carl.
Carl.
I like Negan.
I'm Negan.
The thing with the graphic novels is anybody could really die at any minute.
That's what I like
They've
about
done
the
it.
comics.
Yeah,
is
like
that all these characters you like, and they introduce all these people. Love them. They're such like small side characters. And then at the end of it all, their heads are on a post. And
Yeah.
you're like, yo, where'd that come from?
Yeah. The show, oh my fuck, if I could count the amount of times that Rick has fallen back and a zombie is, you know he's not going to die. So something that was really cool about the graphic novels is when Rick first meets the governor, he's sitting at a table, the governor straight up walks into the room and just chops off his hand before anything happens. The show doesn't have the balls to really do what the graphic novel does. As actually Robert Kirkman says that the one regret he has with the graphic novel is having Rick's hand cut off.
I loved it.
I think it's
so
fucking
much.
awesome. It's so cool. It makes Rick turn into a pretty tough motherfucker.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he eventually gets some, like, hook contraption so he can use his stump as a weapon. Like, it's pretty badass.
The thing that I don't like already about the Kingdom being introduced into the TV show is I think they already fucked up, and they already fucked up the entire storyline. Michonne and Rick are like Andrea and Rick in the comics, but in the comics it's supposed to be Michonne and Ezekiel fall in love, and there's like a really good scene of Michonne coming out of her shell and trusting people because she never trusts anyone.
The thing we didn't do anything stupid like shoot it.
In the comic books, Andrea is one of the fucking toughest, coolest characters. And the show totally ruined her, and then we're forced to kill her off by season 3 because fans fucking hated her. That's why it totally makes sense in the comic book that eventually Rick and Andrea get together, because they're really
destined.
they really see the world the same way. They both
And Rick
are very
needs that,
tough.
man.
Yeah, he needs a tough woman in this world. The baby being alive in the show makes no fucking sense.
I love that, man, in the comics when they're running away from the prison and like Rick's wife and his new baby's there, and then they get shot and die, and it's kind of nice because the books vary. There's like the old world now, there's this new zombie world, and that's almost like Rick wants to hold on to the old world, and baby dying is almost like he needs to move on. Like this isn't the old world anymore.
Yeah.
Carl.
The reason why he moves on from Lori and the baby is really because of Andrea, and it's really nice. The show will have like one amazing episode and then like 4 after it that are just shit.
Not cool.
Negan's one of the greatest characters that's been introduced.
Negan, why I think what I've heard from the TV show is how Negan was introduced, and why I thought it was so dumb is because they left it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
how they should have introduced him is how they did in the comics, and it made him more impactful.
Very cheap marketing scheme for AMC to do is they left it on a cliffhanger so that everybody can still talk about it all throughout summer, and then they can guarantee that people are at least going to watch the season premiere.
You have no idea how not cool that shit is.
When I was reading the comics of it, they didn't leave it on a cliffhanger in the comics. It happened right away, and what made it so good is like I almost teared up, man. It's like so pretty much how I said before, how you're like all the characters you thought were cool and you really like, okay, they're all gonna survive now. And I thought that about Glenn. Yeah. And Glenn has his family with Maggie, and they have a kid, and they overcame all this stuff. And like Glenn's the best. He's like most charismatic, most cheerful.
He's the most good-hearted, I would say, out of everybody. Like
you just love him. There's nothing bad about him. And he's there.
The show actually did it pretty accurate. The scene is good. They're all there. They're handcuffed. This is seeing Rick and the gang at their most vulnerable. They just have to watch what's going to happen.
I'm reading this, man. I'm shaking.
Oh, yeah. So Glenn gets picked. He literally takes one crack at Glenn, and hits him in the head. He gushes his head and his eyes pop down, and then Glenn's last words is he screams out Maggie, and then bashes his skull in front of everyone.
Taking it like a champ.
At that moment, I've never wanted a character in a comic book to die so much in my life.
He's one of the first characters I've read that I've actually been like, like I love Negan. He's one of the best villains, man. When I heard Jeffrey Dean Morgan was going to play Negan, that's a perfect casting job.
Anybody moves, anybody says anything, cut the boy's other eye out and feed it to his father, and then we'll start.
The fact is that they don't have the balls that they need to have. They still don't have the right creative team writing the show.
And that's what I thought.
They don't. The comic books are it's a way better storyline. They do it more justice. The TV show's not terrible. If you haven't read the graphic novels and you watch the TV show, you probably fucking love it. We're just letting you know
what it is.
That there's a better story of The Walking Dead out there, and it's the original material. They're not doing what HBO is with Game of Thrones. They clearly want the show to go on forever. Like, they want 20 years out of this show.
Of Walking Dead?
Yeah, for sure. I am happy enough that the books exist, and I can read and be in a universe of The Walking Dead that I love. And then, the show does entertain me, but it frustrates me more than anything. One of my favorite things about the TV show, hands down, is the Carl.
Carl?
Carl.
Carl?
Carl.
Carl. Carl.
Carl.
Carl!
Carl.
Carl!
Fucking love it.
Carl!
Carl.
Carl!
Carl.
Carl!
Carl. Carl.
Carl!
Tonight's the big night. We're going to find out who Negan killed. What do you think? Even though you don't watch the show, who do you think he killed?
I don't know, man. I think I'm going with you and Maggie.
Yeah, it'll never happen, but what I would want to happen is Rick. I would love if it opened up and he fucking murdered Rick.
Carl.
No, it'll never happen. I'm going to say Maggie or character we don't care about.
Probably character we don't
care about.
One. And you.
There's so much to talk about with The Walking Dead. We could go on forever with it, but we wanted to try and just make the main points. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. Tonight's the big night. We'll see what happens. And until next time, see you on the Nerdgasm. Beep!